Hello, Europe. My name is Tiffany Brooks Browning, and I live in the United States of America. And where I come from, when I speak with your people in my mind from the upper echelon, they say upper echelon, like upper echelon, like a pupil, right? With a lot of respect, and you don't really talk much up here, as you can talk out of your mind or whatever. But I'm really feeling set up in the United States, not by you whatsoever, but by a guy. I don't know if he's a cop. I don't know if he's FBI, Portland, Oregon, or Arizona. I don't think it's Washington State where I live. I live in Washington State in the United States. But um, yeah. One of your pupils did tell me to call. I mean, put the extension on my phone to call you guys. But the problem here is that I'm a human being, and they didn't realize I wasn't up there. And I've been set up underneath them with. It's not necessarily your technologies, but your technologies are definitely mixed in. And I'm a mom. You know what I mean? Like my baby girl doesn't live with me or whatever. She lives with her dad. But I had a bad life for like 3 years ago, and I moved across the bridge, which I crossed state lines to Washington State to get away from those people over there in Portland, Oregon. That I felt like I can't explain to you, but I feel like they were setting me up because I was constantly surrounded by people that are not good people, and I'm not going to say that I was the best human being at the time, but the point here is, sir and ma'am, that I'm a mom, and I have never been in trouble ever. Like I've never been in trouble, and I'm underneath there, and these people and you guys too. Sometimes not necessarily you guys per se, but are talking out of my mouth, and I was informed that it's a skin situation, which I guess that's a code word. The ear, teeth, eye, skin people that don't exist, right? Um, they did connect me 3 years ago, and I'm not 100% sure if it was for a capital murder or if it was for something different. But the point here is I've been gang stalked virtually up here for 3 years. There's clouds over there on this side. I know I don't look pretty. I know it's much easier to love someone or care about them when they're pretty, right? But where's my button? I don't know what I did with my button. I just wanted to show them my baby girl really quick. It's not them that set me up. Mother Earth came over here sticking up for me because she was set up too. And she's not even from Europe, she's from Japan. I don't know where my button is. Yeah, I do. In my head, yes. I talk to them in my mind. And so this is me and my baby girl Soraya. And if you guys pull her in, Mother Earth knows her very well because she adopted her in the last 3 years when she was little from a picture. So I asked them to download the availability to scan a picture with my eyes right and move it off the page, if you know what that means, so that you could wear my body up here. Not you per se, but them, to stand up for people in court, because I was being set up underneath them as somebody that is a rat tail, which is literally means somebody who's telling on someone. But I don't know any crimes anyone's committed, and I'm a mom, and I got away from that life, the gangbanger life or whatever you want to call it, 3 years ago, and I've never been in trouble. And they can read my subconscious mind, and I know they can because they repeat what I'm thinking out loud. And well, I guess I'm just begging for your help, Europe. And I don't know who I will send this to in real life, but my phone number is 360. Hold on. Losing my life force all of a sudden. That's what I mean. They're confusing me with a bunch of drug addicts and stuff, and stuff, and we start losing our life force. Right? They scanned me in on the human being floor illegally 4 times with a computer system that is not allowed to do that on the human being floor. But they didn't realize I wasn't human because I was already illegally connected on some other line somehow in my back brain chain ship program. Reasons, context. We're sending a virtuality message up here right now to block this from going there. Right, chain adjustment. My phone number is 360-920-1173. And I did call Interpol, I believe, and I honestly cannot remember what I said to them because they took it out of my memory. But I don't really know. I can't prove anything that's happened in real life because it's all up here, and it's not you guys per se, but it was you guys sticking up for me with the red passport in the pupil apartment, because before it happened to me on the human being floor, it happened to you and them and a couple of the people up here, and they keep acting like I'm up here in the upper echelon where I'm not at, and they're coming down here, and it's not like it's like, you know, I'm crazy and I'm hearing voices or whatever. They're literally coming into my brain and into my earphone and yelling at me, telling me to stop doing that or whatever it is or isn't. And there is a Tiffany up here, but she doesn't have hair this long. Like, my hair's down to my belly button, even though it's falling out because I have an electro brainstem. So when you sit with me on the human being floor, if you can get that far with a split screen, you can see, like, I always have a mirror in front of me over here, and you in the mirror, in the camera, you can see me and you because you're looking through my eyes back at yourself, but it's probably not even your reflection, it's someone else's you're seeing. But in the mirror, you can see me, you, him, and them, which is not the good guys, it's the bad guys. And every time that they're looking at something, it's through me. It says I'm doing it or I did it or something, but I didn't. And I'm not guilty of nothing. I've never hurt nobody. I've never been in trouble. I've never been arrested. And, well, it seems like they have virtually gang-stalked me in the FBI levels, in Interpol land or whatever, because, well, I can't really explain it because I guess it's confidential, but, like, my baby girl, like, right, so like me and my ex fiance or whatever, we were common law married for 14 years, and my daughter was like 5 or 6 when we broke up, and my mom and me lived there too, right? And his parents sold the house and he moved in with his new girlfriend, and me and my mom didn't have anywhere to go. When we broke up on good terms and everything, and he's still with her, and she's a perfect stepmom for my baby girl, you know what I mean? And they have the good life, like everything, like she sees exactly what it's supposed to be, like she sees her dad being a husband type, and what a wife is supposed to be like. It's perfect, you know, for her to be raised in that environment. But the problem here is after that, me and my mom became homeless, and my mom lived in her car and I lived in my car for a couple years or whatever. It was like 3 years, I think. And I got out of that life 3 years ago to figure out a different way. And somehow or another, they hooked me into something, and it is related to you guys, man. And I was just wondering if you have any pull up here in the upper echelon, because it's starting to feel like, you know, they've literally made reports to police or someone. I'm not even 100% sure who it is because nobody talks about it. And Facebook, and I don't know if you guys have Facebook over there, but you know, it is so illegal, man. And like my friends stop talking to me on Facebook, or they block me, or they're writing me back saying weird things like I sent them a video telling them something like that I had been through in my life, There's like a best friend video, and they write me back, and you wonder why nobody wants to pick you up. I'm all, what? I didn't ask you to pick me up. What do you mean? And these people up here had my sister's husband buy them cigarettes, Marlboro Reds. When I don't smoke, I smoke a vape pen, and he gave me the cigarettes, and these people are telling me in my head why they asked him to buy the cigarettes. And so I understand it, but like, he did not know that I was not the one that asked him to buy me the cigarettes. I was like, oh, thanks, I gave him a hug or whatever. And it is like, there's so many things that I can't explain to you. I have 3 kids. My two sons are grown, though. They're over 21. But my main worry here, ma'am and sir, are my baby girl. You know what I mean? Because I've never been in trouble, and I didn't do anything wrong to nobody. I didn't kill nobody. I never hurt nobody. I'm not a bad person. Like, I'm a good person. But up here with your technologies or their technologies stolen from you or pirated or whatever, somehow or another they try to make me look like one. Okay. And it's literally like they're turning all my friends that are good moms that take care of their kids or whatever, and husband and wife situations or whatever, you know what I mean? They're turning them, they have been slowly but surely turning them against me on Facebook and other places too. At least that's how they're making it seem on my Facebook dimension. But I can't even say what I want to say because I can't stay on track because so many different people are coming down from somewhere else. And I can send this all day through the camera, but it's not going to matter at all because it's just going to change into something else when you guys see this video, and you won't know what I'm talking about in the human being floor. But anyways, I used to be a Christian, I believed in God and stuff, and I also believed in the FBI, but I just don't anymore. And I keep hearing this CIA judge guy up here, and I think he's your constituent or maybe he's Secret Service, and it seems like he's taking up for me, but I'm not 100% sure, ma'am. And whatever they did to me and my brain stems is illegal to do it to a female, let alone a mother, who got out of that life or whatever. She was stuck in that homeless life, and it's not a good one, And then her baby girl has not lived with her since she was little, like 5 or 6, and she has a picture of her. No, they adopted my baby girl. She came in here as an entity baby, man, off a picture, bro. Well, she's 13 now, almost 14. But when she was a baby, though, little, she was the cutest little baby girl, dude. I can't even tell you how cute she was. But the thing is, like, in the last 3 years, so 3 years ago, I asked them to download the tool into my head or my eyes that can move my picture off a page that would take my picture up here to the UE, which is upper echelon, so that the UE could wear my body to stand up for people in court, because whatever they hooked me into was literally a tattletale situation, and they were trying to tell on people, and I didn't want to be called the tattletale person. Like, I don't know any crimes anybody's committed, and it is against my religion to tell on anyone, because the Bible says thou shalt not judge lest ye be judged. But I'm not that I believe in God anymore necessarily, but you know what I mean. And plus, like, that's what I mean. Like, they'd rather just write her off as being crazy or whatever. But I'm not crazy, you guys, with the red passports or whatever over there in London, Paris. Sheila. If there's any palm tree, if there's anything that you guys can do to help me, I would love you a lot. But just so you know, I am the richest person in the United States of America because of the developments to happen after they did what they did to me on the human being floor. And I can pay you up here to have a lawyer stand up for me or whatever, but I'm not up here where they're at. And I don't have any support on the ground necessarily. I just have them coming over here telling me that I was set up by an FBI agent in Portland and a bunch of different things. But right, because it's because my brain stems are not just here in the United States. I'm talking to people from other countries a little, but it's only for a few seconds because it's talking through me through someone else. And well, I'm a good person. I've never been in trouble. So if there's anything you guys can do to help me up here or somewhere, I would really fucking appreciate it because, you know, what they hooked me into 3 years ago, right? They were trying to implement something in Portland. It's from somewhere else, I think. And I think it's a DEA situation, but it wasn't quite legal yet. But they were not allowed to do that to me. But the problem here is that they connected me to some guy who had been in trouble before. And it's just, anyways, the point here is like, I don't even know who it is. Like, I've never committed a crime at all like that, or any crimes at all. The crimes that I did commit back then, what I already told the FBI and the DEA, and they said it's not punishable by law. It's just like, you shouldn't have done that, but I understand you're homeless or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like a slap on the wrist, right? But what they've done to my brain stems and my daughter's, my baby's dad's house, is so illegal, dude. Like, I can hear them talking to her, and they're like telling her, if you love your mom, you it's so fucked up. If you love your mom, you don't love yourself. Kind of stuff. All right, it's insinuating judgment, and so that was somebody else bawling for some reason. I can't even see why they're crying like that, dude. So you can't send this to overseas. It doesn't work. Alright, well, I'm sorry. I do have witnesses on the human being floor that know a little bit about the game or whatever that they do over here in Oregon or whatever, or Arizona. But they've all been in trouble before. Like, they've been arrested. They were a confidential informant or a paid informant, or maybe they were doing their alternate community service or whatever. But like, nobody will talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just sit here and ask somebody what they did in their past. Like, they're not going to tell me. You know what I mean? And I would never ask them that anyways, because that's their business. But the point is I've been going through it underneath here for 3 years. 3 years. They're coming over here and they're talking crap on my computer. They're talking crap in my head. They're making my friends hate me that have never done drugs or never been in trouble, so they can keep me connected to these bad guys somewhere else. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's just not okay. Because, man, I don't know how to do it because I'm not a ballerina finger person, but something like this in your pupil. Your pupil is what they call it. And they don't say upper echelon. Like a white person, they say upper echelon because they said that's where this comes from, which is your country. So please help if you can somehow. If you can't, well, I love you anyways.